One of the things that we're not having a conversation about sufficiently is just the overlap between our policing and security agencies and white supremacist groups.
I have great confidence that the overwhelming majority, those in law enforcement and the Canadian military, reject this type of ideology. But unfortunately, we know that there are some that may be attracted to it, and that is a concern. It has no place, certainly in policing or in the Canadian military.
I think one of the issues that we face in Canada writ large across the sort of terrorism and extremist landscape is a lack of application of our laws evenly across the ideological spectrum. And this, in the IMVE space, has led to a certain sense of impunity for some of those actors, in particular because there is, to a certain extent, some radicalization in police and the military.
Extremist groups in both Canada and the US have recruited members of law enforcement and military agencies. In 2019, Canadian Forces reservist Patrick Mathews was exposed as a member of The Base, an accelerationist paramilitary group that trains other extremists. He was arrested in Delaware and sentenced for his role in a violent plot to trigger a race war in the US. It wasn't until 2021 that the Canadian government added The Base to the list of terrorist organizations. That's 2 full years after Mathew's arrest.
The Government of Canada has added 5 new groups to the criminal code list of terrorist entities, 2 right-wing extremist groups with a presence in Canada.
In fact, it was only in 2019 that the first right-wing extremist organization was recognized as a terrorist entity in the first place. The list is still dominated by what Public Safety Canada calls Islamic terrorist organizations.
It just couldn't be ignored anymore that white supremacists were not only organized, not only ideologically very present in Canada and linked with global movements, but also willing to commit acts of violence. There's a lot of apologia that's offered by our politicians, doesn't matter what party they are, that intelligence and policing and security services do a great job and we should entrust them more. The communities that are disproportionately harmed by national security policies, I don't think that their concerns have been listened to fully.